Hello, welcome to Texas Lone Wolf Mega, your source for Red Pill Truth. We're going to discuss um, weak man who isn't strong mentally. Okay, if he isn't strong mentally, he more likely will be easily defeated in real life, so to speak. So we're fixing to cover this, okay? Now, and anyways, right here, I call people who manipulate weak because they aren't able to convince the truth and deception is weaker method that crumbles at the first hurdle. Everyone being constantly manipulated by the very nature of your brain's preference that will manipulate you in a non-neutral way of being. That they're above manipulation, they're weak too. I don't consider myself weak. I'm not a manipulation in all forms. Manipulation is real. So, you ever watch Rambo, so to speak? The mind is the best weapon. I think like it, people that manipulate, some do it for good reasons, some do it for bad reasons. But either way, manipulation is a negative trait to have. It should be control, as anyone else who negative traits as well. Right about that. Now, um, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you the 30 signs of a weak man in a relationship. This was published August 9th on 2021. I had to darken this to make it easier on the eye. This was here with bright white. Signs of a weak man are hidden beneath the surface. The problem is men have been conditioned not to show their emotions. They are often hard to spot, especially when they are trying their best and to make an effort. This was written by the editors on upjourney.com. So, it's not always difficult to find out what kind of guys you're dating. According to the expert, there are signs of a weak man in a relationship. Now, these are what you call gamma men. Okay? To determine a partner could be classified as weak, it takes a lot of self-reflection. I would have to be willing to ask myself, do I know the distinction between character flaws and a lack of love for me? Also, let me go ahead and blow this up. Okay. Also, do we want to be aware whether our critique of others is just perfectionism kicking in or legitimate discernment? Contrary to the red flag myth, identify another issues that doesn't ensure we will be able to pinpoint whether the potential partner is actually viable for a relationship. So, in other words, judgments we make are all perception based on limited evidence. Okay? Additionally, we don't like how a man treats us. It doesn't necessarily make him weak. It could also mean he's just not a partner for us. Now, if you get a man who is a person who stands up and stands his ground and stands up for what he believes in, that's a good character qualities for a man. Okay, so to speak. So, additionally, we don't like how a man treats us doesn't necessarily make him weak. He's not a partner for us right here, okay? There's one thing that will make his ability to be strong in a relationship evidently clear. Really, the paradigm that weakness has anything to do with whether he can love you or focusing on whether he is able to healthfully love himself. Okay? Mainly because he can't love himself. Not only he is in a weak state, he certainly doesn't have enough love to share with you. So it all starts at home. It starts in the family environment. Now, here are some signs, if experienced constantly over time, that a man truly is in a stage of weakness in his life. Okay? Are you ready to get involved in this? Are you ready to get into this? Here's one right here. He cannot keep his word. What he says and what he does rarely align. In fact, you often find yourself eye rolling when he's over promising because you're so used to his under delivery. A man who has no relationship with his word is not only weak but powerless. That's a gamma. That is a gamma man right there. It means he gets his life challenges throw him off his game. If you often hear, I know I say it out, but I would, you're dealing with weakness. Often, I just wanted to clear something up. I once had a stepdad. He said, if a man's word ain't no good, the man ain't no good. I used to laugh at that, but, thinking back on it, he's right. All right? Second, he does not emphasize. Okay? We can't possibly see how someone might be struggling or challenged by life when holding you out anything other than bedroom fun is a foreign idea. When he's skeptical of your emotions, it's like he doesn't show how to care for his own emotions and therefore has zero strength to connect with anyone else. Now, this is a gamma male right here. He is competitive over supportive. Okay? Sure, a little unhealthy competition can be fun if your success darkens his day. He's likely to feel unworthy at his core. But we don't feel worthy. We often devalue others, become fearful that they will even try to sabotage them. That's a gamma male right there. Okay. Okay, he uses hurtful words or violence to express his negative emotions. An overly emotional man is a very destructive man, so to speak. He's kind of a no-brainer, but can't be repeated enough. A man who has not healed his history with continuously bringing into his present through anger. It takes a great deal of strength to face our demons. Okay. He's competitive with people that love you. Okay. A weak man needs constant reassurance he is more valuable to you than anyone else. So, an emotionally strong man understands the insecurities may arise. But an emotional weak man doesn't understand it. But when it comes to love and sport, couples motto should be the more the merrier. The weak man is competitive with people that loves you. Check this out. He has an irresponsible relationship with money. Self-worth is directly related to self-provision. It is not the numbers in the bank account. It's the ability to sustain his life, often the life of others, at the level that is agreeable to all involved. Financial aptitude takes fortitude. Also take note, if you ask children, you wouldn't know it. Deadbeat dads are notoriously weak. Okay, then how come are women getting pregnant by these deadbeat dads? Based on their looks. Oh, he looks good. He looks good. Um, he's a bad boy. Oh, I don't care if he ain't got no money. I want him to be father of my kid. They turn around and try to put him on child support. They put him on child support, but the money don't even come. You just became a single mother with a kid who has no dad. And guess what? You know what's going to happen? The uh, enforcement agency is going to mount on arrears of child support where that guy's not going to be able to make payments. You just robbed the child of a father out of the picture. All because of oh man, that guy looks so cute. Oh man, that guy looks cute. I want my kid to have his genes. Well, you just robbed him of his father. Did you know that? It's not necessarily terminal, but it is something that takes a great deal of strength to transform. If he fails to connect with his children month after month, year after year, he doesn't have the emotional muscle required to be strong in a relationship. But yet many women choose these kind of men. Many low quality females choose these kind of men. They're known as Pookies and Ray Rays. He has no ideas, creative vision for the future. A weak man continually stops himself before he starts. He often stays at a job he hates. He makes millions of excuses for why anything ambitious is impossible. He even give up before he begins. These are what we call thugs or gangbangers. He's colossally shallow, expects you to be a 10 every moment. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be with someone who is attractive, but when a man has stringent physical requirements for a partner that overrides all else, he's looking for an ego boost, a short-lived kind that only comes from approval of others, usually his father. Okay? Now these are usually the basement dwellers right here. He expects you to financially support him indefinitely. This is more of a personal adjustment than a hard rule. Everyone is entitled to set up gender roles and dynamics that suit their preferences in a relationship. The caveat is whether good or both people enter into a provisional agreement unaware. A man who determines his own that you will foot the bill with no relief is disconnected from his masculine energy, the state of well-being that both emotionally and physically, in a state of being that is both emotionally and physically weak. Listen, mom and dads, I know you love your son. When he hits the age of 18, he must go out there and learn to live on his own. He must learn to pay his rent, pay his electric and water, buy his groceries, learn how to cook his own food, learn to live in an apartment, and learn to live on his own and have his own crib. He's got to start off young. Keeping him at home, he's not going to learn nothing. One of these days, you're not going to be there. What is he going to do? Okay? He's very uncomfortable around other men. Hmm. He's very uncomfortable around them, particularly if they're physically fit or successful. He's likely in the secret game of compare and despair, which would make anyone uncomfortable, even fearful. Superiority is a product of perception. If we hold ourselves up to the standards of what we perceive to be great in others, we feel inferior, therefore weak. He has no relationship with a purpose. Not so much we have to figure out his reason for being, okay? Just understanding when he creates one, he's just much more powerful. We know why anything we choose to do is like having a North Star guide our choice. A man who just was taught and told to do, he won't have the integrity that comes to actualizing himself. If you experience any above with a partner, invitation to check in with your relationship with yourself, like the old adage, we spot it, we got it. If he's weak, who do you have to maintain a relationship with? Who do you have to maintain a relationship with him? Are you seeing where this is going? The upside, we all experience stages of weakness. We all have the ability to transform into strength. The caveat is to aware that change can only come from within. Nothing perpetuates weakness more than an attempt to change someone else. Signs of a weak man in a relationship. He's being rude towards strangers. Okay, how he talks to strangers should matter a lot. If he's rude to a random stranger, imagine what he would do to someone who he believes loves him and trusts him. When you see this behavior, it's not your job to correct him, but nicely mention, hey, I think how you spoke to that person was a little harsh. Why do you think you did this? For any reason you become hostile towards you or unwilling to speak about it, this is your sign to question if you're in the right relationship or leave. Alright? He's gaslighting. That's a form of manipulation. A man making you feel like the reality of what your experience is made up and not real, that you're dramatic or emotional. These are key words for a man trying to have a woman second guess her feelings and reality instead of trusting what is true to her. If a man can't handle all you feel and communicate in a healthy way, this is a massive unhealthy sign. Suggestion share. Well, this is really how I'm experiencing reality. Is there a way we can talk this through this? So I feel supported, safe, even held in a relationship, like you feel like you know what's going on with me. So together we can grow. That's a very good suggestion. And if there's any hostility or not being available for this, it's time to question, is it a healthy relationship for you? Most likely not. Take a good look at this. His name call any sort demand that you should be serving him. Okay? This is a sign of control, and passive taking in action make you feel insignificant and lose control of your confidence. This is a power dynamic and unconscious or unconscious manipulation. Any of this is a massive sign to leave. There's no excuse for this type of behavior. It's not your job as a woman to teach a man how to act like a decent human being. He's already blaming you but never taking any accountability. Always blaming you and never taking any accountability for co-creating disagreements and arguments and differences in perspective shows. He believes he's a victim of life, disempowered that he is part of a co-creation of everything that emotionally, financially occurring within your lives together. You're not his mother or teacher, so guide him to heal. You're responsible for moving on and creating a life you love. Attract what you deserve. A weak man can't make his lady feel secure because he himself is emotionally vulnerable. Women always want to date and marry a strong man because they possess certain innate qualities that make them feel emotionally secure and happy. But what about those weak men out there who wants to have strong-willed girlfriend or wife living with them? Well, that guy you called corny would have been a better choice. And trust me, those corny guys that you call corny or too nice can overpower these kind of men in a heartbeat. You see what I'm saying? They, number one, they know how to manage their money. Number two, they know how to cook. Then number three, they are the prize. Ladies, if you're listening to this video, okay, a man takes a very long time to mature and grow. And there are 7 stages of a man. Give the corny man a chance. Just give him a chance and wait it out with him. And you're going to get the guy that you really want. Oh, no, no, no. I want these bad boys. I want these weak bad boys. Hey, go for it. Is that what you want? Go for it. And when you become a single mom, you done priced yourself off in the market. And you done caused your value to drop, and your standards going to have to go further to attract a mate. And one other thing, taking another man's child, I don't think anybody would write a check against that. Well, your choice, your body, your choice. Okay? Now, anyways, although it sounds weird, it's true. There are many men around who are emotionally insecure, anxious, with poor self-esteem, always needing a strong woman to validate their worth. A weak man in a relationship is usually avoidant. Okay? He never takes on if anything goes wrong in a relationship. He avoids hard conversation, avoids taking a vital decision to benefit both in the relationship. He can never make his wife or girlfriend feel secure because he is needy, uncomfortable in his own skin. These are the bad boys right here. These are the bad boys right here, and these are the ones y'all chase. Now, signs of a weak man in a relationship are, okay, a weak man cannot make his lady feel protective and secure because he is himself emotional vulnerable. He is a bad decision maker. He is a people pleaser, not only to his girlfriend or wife, but with everyone, parents, colleagues, superior, etc. Now, talking about a Sigma male like myself, I'm not a people pleaser. I please myself, and I make my own rules, and I march to the beat of my own drum. So, I just want to put that out there as well. He avoids conflicts and disagreement at all costs. Even a friendly verbal debate with a friend or a partner may make him feel anxious and uncomfortable. Oh, get this. A weak man, usually a dumpy by his ex, usually always fearful of being rejected by his partner. He tries to tries his best to prove he's a good side in front of his partner, even if it's not needed. This speaks of a gamma male, okay? He never complains about anything in a relationship because he has inner fears of being rejected or abandoned by his partner. He's clingy and needy of love and validation. He always wants his wife or girlfriend to say he's good enough. Otherwise, he feels extremely insecure about the relationship. In other words, he wants to pull the reins, but he has no instincts. He's not there for his girlfriend whenever she needs him, or maybe in a life crisis. He can never make her feel uncomfortable during distress. He never gets angry. Weak men always want someone to look after them, always emotionally. He never takes responsibility for anything in a relationship because he's avoided getting into odd situations. He is a selective listener, chooses not to hear any serious discussion from his partner because he fears serious topics. A weak man always wants his girlfriend or wife to make all the plans because he is not confident in his abilities. Ooh. He is self-centered and can go to very lengths to safeguard his interests. A weak man leaves his girlfriend into trouble, wants her to deal with it all alone. He never defends her in a tricky and false situation. A weak man is someone you have to carry through life rather than in an equal relationship. You mostly do all the work while he's just along for the ride. You want a partner, not a man-child. Here are the top 5 signs you are involved with a weak man as a man-child. He's turned you into a nag. Have you ever, he turned you into that person. Alright? He's turned you into that person. You turned into that person, that nagging girlfriend you swore you would not never become. You can't remember exactly how when this change occurred, but now you know it centers around him. You never were a nag before, and since you started dating him, you find yourself nagging more and more. You can't seem to help yourself. You're constantly asking him to do things to remind him what he has to do. But then you have to hold his hand and make sure it actually gets done. You start feeling like a parent in a relationship, it's time to get out. Get this. You clean up after him. He leaves his clothes laying around or a dirty dish laying around. It's not simple as that. You find yourself cleaning up after him more than one. He has unpaid bills, has difficulty conversation with people, tends to drop the ball, pass the buck off to you. You end up doing his dirty work. Okay? He suffers from arrested development. When he hangs out with his friends, it's like he's back in high school. He still wants to party, live a frat boy lifestyle. Nice way to put it, he's never quite grew up. How can you expect to build a life with someone who doesn't know when enough is enough? Oh, get this. He's missing a backbone. Whether his friends were saying negative things about you or some random stranger, it doesn't matter. He won't and can't stand up for you. I'm sure you're able to take care of yourself, but this man you have chosen to be your life partner, there are certain expectations to have your partner. They're supposed to be your support system. A weak man will overlook it because he does not want to get involved. He may just join others, tease you. That isn't a real man at all. He has no backbone. He's missing a backbone. A sign of a weak man. I'm giving it all to you on this video here. You make all the plan. Okay? You seem to always find your way in the driver's seat. He doesn't seem to ever want to take the lead. You always seem to be the one who plans everything. They won't be a leader. They want to be a follower, to be taken care of. That sounds like either a gamma or a beta male. Alrighty, so to speak. Now, I'm going to go ahead and exit this because anyways, you need to take a good look, because a weak man will not stand up for you, will not do anything for you. If you get into trouble, he's going to watch you suffer, watch you do everything. So, to the woman out there dating a weak man, what is it going to take for you to wake up and smell the damn coffee? A weak man will not stand up for you. He will not stand up for you at all. Until you wake up and smell the coffee, you're still going to be in that relationship making plans. I hope this video has helped you out. In peace.